On Thursday, February 3rd, the VFW Post 2498 in Needham honored the 2021 Youth Scholarship Essay Contest winners at its joint meeting with the Needham Exchange Club. The Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States sponsors 2 scholarship essay contests each year: the Voice of Democracy for high school students and the Patriot's Pen for middle school students. His municipal producer, Yushao Yuan's reports from the celebration.
This year's theme for Patriot's Pen is How Can I Be a Good American? The top finishers were High Rock students Frederick J. Goodman, Dennis Ching, Grace Flanagan, and Paula student David Ching. Goodman won first place.
When I was in 4th grade, my teacher read my class a book called Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Tea. It was about an ordinary little girl who saw some blueberries and decided to pick them and give them to her neighbor. Her neighbor loved the gift so much she baked a pie out of the blueberries and gave a slice to 5 different people.
I thought it was a great topic, and I think we should try to practice it in our everyday lives. If you do a kind deed, then it'll just keep on spreading, and people everywhere will be happy.
Many top finishers wrote about serving locally, supporting other people, and helping with the environment.
David's essay emphasizes the importance of focusing one's kindness on the local level, one's town or school, to be a good American.
It's a good feeling to all the work I paid off. I try to tell people that there's much more, helping my locals, like my next door neighbors, my elders, people all around us that have worked, that are like really old, they can't really do anything.
This is Ching's second time finishing in the top 3, and this time his younger brother also joined the competition.
Dennis's essay speaks of local events to provide good environmental practices, donating older toys and clothes instead of putting them in landfills. His thoughts of charity, among others, is admirable.
I was trying to tell people like recycling and like don't like just throw something in, like don't just throw something on the ground and just leave it there.
Grace Flanagan is the honorable mention finisher this year. Seeing her sister win first place in the last Patriot's Pen contest motivated her to participate.
I was at the last dinner, and I just watched her read her essay and win it, and I was like, I wanted to do that.
We're both very creative. We love writing things together. We run a small magazine that we send to family and friends that we started together.
Her essay focuses on helping other Americans through charitable giving. She mentions her Girl Scout experience in cleaning the environment around her town, and as an example for others.
I added things about climate change and how it's very important, and how people should respect others. We shouldn't focus on the hate in the world.
Emily Flanagan is a Needham High School freshman this year, and here she is winning first place in the Voice of Democracy contest. This year's theme is Where Do We Go From Here?
Democracy is like a bird. It can fly, but its bones are hollow. We cannot progress if we do not unite. Currently, there is a political divide across America that is growing more and more divisive.
I said that the best way to make change is to listen, because as my dad has told me since I was very young, it's so important to listen, to understand, not just to respond. And I think that is something that we as a country can really value and should learn from.
The Voice of Democracy contest required students to record their essays. Emily Flanagan saw it as an opportunity to demonstrate her delivery skills.
I joined speech this year at Needham High, and it was fun to get to speak it and show what I've learned through speech.
Karolina Brinkhaus, the second place winner, was also recognized for founding the Needham High School Students for Veterans organization.
Last year, her organization provided us with a check for our fall poppy drive from their own poppy drive.
In my essay, I referred to a quote from Martin Luther King Jr., and I explained how, as Americans, we need to come together as one to, improvise our country and, improve from our mistakes.
All of the top finishers were awarded a check from the Needham VFW and a certificate of recognition from the State Senate.
For these kids to take the time to write down what they think about America and put it in words that made sense, I thought was terrific. These kids, they know what's going on in the world, and I'm really encouraged by that. They made some wonderful statements tonight about being kind, about working on the environment, about all people having equity and equality. And these are young kids.
Both competitions offer an opportunity to compete at state and national levels. Needham VFW chaplain Tom Keating encouraged students to participate in the next round, which will open applications around September.
We have upped our monetary rewards. We want to be able to share their success with the whole town. It's a wonderful job to be able to deal with working with these kids in their essays. And I want them to be successful in doing it.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.